Very good. Welcome, Pradeep. Happy Diwali to all of you who have all come today. Arun Sundaresan, Vishwash, then Raghu, Kirtana, Chanchala, Nandini, Vishwas, Pradeep Esan, Sharath Kumar, then connecting to audio, Realme, Prashant. Very good. Welcome, welcome. I know today normally our strength is low, but today it will be still low because of Diwali. Kirtana is there. Kirtana. Diwali is being celebrated today evening in India.
Hi, sir.
Today evening or yesterday evening? Today evening.
Today
Ah,
evening, sir.
very good. Patasala vedichya.
Vedichachu, sir.
Very good. Enjoy. Good. I think now sound is coming that some crackers that people are doing it. Good. Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Excellent. Why Kirtana is so dull today? What happened?
So I'm good, sir.
Do you have any doubts in your mind? Any questions now? Anything
No,
that is
sir.
there? So very good. No doubt. That means you have studied a lot. So you are not having any doubt, correct?
Needless, sir.
So who is the Prime Minister of Britain?
Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak, sir.
Rishi Sunak, has he come? No, he has not been selected. Na? It is selection is not over. Right now, it is only trust. But Rishi Sunak is standing top in the race, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The selection is not over yet. So that is why I asked purposely this
It's
question.
official.
Pardon?
Now, I saw in the news it's official that Rishi Sunak has been appointed as PM.
Acha, really? Great. Have they decided so quickly? Because
So just I saw a YouTube thumbnail. So it
no,
says Rishi Sunak wins.
I also read in what is that? Our business standard. Here it is giving next Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has won the race. Oh, to be a leader and will become country's next Prime Minister, the
Yes, sir.
third this year. Oh, great.
Yes, sir.
Great. So this is the news. Are able to see the? I think you are not able to see now. I'm not seeing the screen. Oh, good. So this is the news about this Kirtana. Kirtana is there? No,
Yes,
it is
sir.
not. Kirtana. Yeah, please read
Okay.
this. Rishi Sunak. Please read.
Rishi Sunak has won the race to be leader of Britain's Conservative Party and will become the country's next Prime Minister, the third this year. Sunak emerged over former leader Boris Johnson and Penny Mordaunt in the truncated process to replace Liz Truss as leader. He was the only candidate with confirmed support from more than 100 lawmakers, the number needed to run in the election, with his backers claiming he has been endorsed by more than half of the 357 conservative lawmakers in parliament. I can confirm that we have received one valid nomination and Rishi Sunak is therefore elected as leader of the Conservative Party. That party
Super.
official
Thank
Graham Brand.
Sufficient. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we are starting this class with a happy news. Rishi Sunak is, but you see, yes, last class I was reading, there this was the only news. To become next Prime Minister. Even there I studied to become. Okay. But I was not sure about the results and all that. I am extremely happy. Good. Very good. Now we were doing that guidely material. We will finish it off today. I think we have been reading for a long time. We have been reading this for a long time. As some of you have read this, all of you have read this or not? पढ़िचिंगला आप लोग पढ़ा है इसको మీరు చదివారా లేదా చెప్పండి చెప్పండి this cap
Yes, sir.
Basel 3 and all I am just leaving. It is all very tough. We will see it afterwards. Now I think we were doing a negotiable instruments. This one we were studying very easy one. This also we have done. We will go from here. Now Realme 3. Realme 3, are you there with us? Realme.
Yes, sir.
कितना समय लेता है जी इतना समय क्यों बोलो क्या what is your name?
Yeah, my name is Ankit.
Nobody is willing to read. Let me read today. Commodity money. It is money that would have value even if it were not being used as money. This is usually referred to as having intrinsic value. Intrinsic value means it has value outside of it as use as money. That is gold, silver, grains, livestock, salt, and other materials have served as commodity money at different points in history. See, when the barter system was practiced and all, a representative money, it is paper currency that can be exchanged for a fixed amount of valuable commodity, usually gold or silver. These are all not important. What is important is this fiat money. Fiat money has no intrinsic value, nor can it be redeemed for its value originates from government decree or fiat. The best example of fiat money is paper currency. But this much definition also is very tough. Fiat money is the currency note issued by the government. Say like that and then stop. Measures of money supply. Money supply, like money demand, is a stock variable. The total stock of money in circulation among the public at a particular point of time is called money supply. RBI publishes figures for 4 alternative measures of money supply, namely M1, M2, M3, and M4. They are defined as follows. Reserve money is MO, that is currency in circulation, plus bankers' deposits with RBI, plus other deposits with the RBI. What is MO? Whatever money that is in circulation, plus money with RBI given by banks and other deposits. Narrow money M1, currency with public, plus demand deposits with the banking system. Now, what is demand deposit? Can anyone tell me what is demand deposit?
So savings account and current account.
Very, very good. Savings account and current account are known as demand deposits. What is the next person? Sharath Kumar.
Sir.
What is the nomenclature for fixed deposit and recurring deposit? Hello.
Nomenclature.
क्या हुआ? Nomenclature. Yeah. What is the savings bank current account was called as demand deposits. How these two are called? They are called as time deposits.
Time deposits. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, sir.
very good. Intermittent money M2 is equal to M1 plus short-term deposits of residents, including and up to the contractual maturity of 1 year. Up to 1 year. Less than 1 year, how much deposits is there? That is known as short-term deposit. So that means what is M2? M1. What is M1? Currency with public plus demand deposits and other deposits with RBI plus short-term deposits of residents, including and up to the, short-term deposit means up to 1 year. Then what is broad money? M3. M2 plus long-term deposit of residents plus call or term funding of financial institutions. Some commerce students and also our economic students, they can ask you, what is M1? What is M2? What is M3? Then types of banks in India. Under RBI Act 1934, banks were classified as scheduled banks and non-scheduled banks. Scheduled banks are those which are entered in the second schedule of RBI Act 1934. The paid up capital and reserve of aggregate value should not be less than rupees 5 lakh. All commercial banks, regional rural banks, state cooperative banks, or scheduled banks. All commercial banks, regional rural banks, state cooperative banks, or scheduled banks. Nowadays, you are having one more type of banks, namely PAYTM is also a scheduled bank now. Airtel is also a scheduled bank. Then non-scheduled bank or those which are not included in the second schedule of RBI Act. The paid up capital is less than rupees 5 lakh. RBI has no control over these banks. So this is the picture of RBI. You have scheduled banks, you have unscheduled banks. The scheduled bank divided into commercial bank and also cooperative banks. These commercial banks are divided into public sector banks, banks in which government has 51% and above share capital. Then regional rural banks. This definition we have already seen, where central government has 50% capital and sponsoring bank has got 35% capital and state government has got 15% capital. Next classification is private sector banks. Private sector banks are like ICICI, Axis Bank, etc., where the investment of private parties is more than 51% of the capital. Under the public sector bank, now State Bank Group and other nationalized banks. Private sector banks, we have Indian banks and also foreign banks. Even among Indian banks, you have old private sector banks like Federal Bank, South Indian Bank, Karur Vysya Bank, then what else? Karur Vysya Bank,
Karnataka
then
Bank.
City Union Bank, Karnataka Bank, like that. And latest ones are ICICI, HDFC, Axis Bank, IndusInd Bank, like this. Good. Foreign banks, I think there are more than 20 foreign banks like HSBC, Bank of Maharashtra, sorry, Bank of America. Then you have, say, HSBC, I told you. Then Standard Chartered Bank, Deutsche Bank. So many banks are there. Now we have under scheduled bank, you have cooperative banks. Cooperative banks are divided into state cooperative bank, central cooperative bank, and primary cooperative credit society. This is also important. Good. Now, Kirtana, please read. The Reserve Bank of India.
Yes, sir. The Reserve Bank of India has excluded 6 public sector banks from the second schedule of RBI Act following their merger with other banks. The 6 banks are Syndicate Bank, Oriental Bank of Commerce, United Bank of India, Andhra Bank, Corporation Bank, and Allahabad Bank.
Now this is not required. Now the merger has taken place long back, so this is outdated now. Now read this. Regional rural banks.
Regional rural banks. RRB are set up by an ordinance in 1975, later replaced by RRB Act 1976. It was set up based on the recommendation of M. Narasimhan Committee, providing banking facilities to rural and semi-urban areas, carrying out government like disbursement of wages of MGNREGA workers, distribution of pensions, etc., providing para-banking facilities like locker facilities, debit and credit cards, mobile banking, internet banking, etc. Prathama Gramin Bank is the first regional rural bank in India, located in Moradabad, Uttar Pradesh. Shareholder contribution. Government of India 50%, sponsor bank 35%, state government 15%. Cooperative bank. Cooperative banks are organized under the provision of the Cooperative Societies laws of the state. These banks generally provide their members with a wide range of banking and financial service.
Continue.
These banks are the primary financiers of agricultural activities, small-scale industries, and self-employed workers. Anaino Cooperative Bank is the first cooperative bank in India, located in Vadodara, Gujarat. The cooperative banking structure in India is divided into following main 5 categories. Primary urban cooperative bank, primary agricultural credit societies, district central cooperative bank, state cooperative bank, land development banks. Small finance bank and payment banks in India. Small finance bank. Financial inclusion objective.
No, you call objective and first study about small finance banks, then study about payment banks. Yeah, read.
Small finance bank objective, financial inclusion and supply of credit to small business units and farmers through high technology and low cost operations. Eligible promoters, resident individuals or professionals with 10 years of experience in banking and finance, companies and societies owned and controlled by residents, existing NBFCs, microfinance institutions, and local area banks owned and controlled by residents. Scope of activities. Basic services of accepting deposits and lending. No restriction on the area of operations. At least 50% of its loan portfolio should constitute loans and advances of up to 25 lakh.
That is, they must give only for small loans more. Very good. Now we will go for next person. Vishwas, are you there? Vishwas, not there. Yeah, Vishwas, you please go through payment banks.
Okay, sir.
Vishwas, you are from which state?
I am from Karnataka, sir.
What is your degree?
BSc Electronics.
Which year did you study?
2021, sir.
Good. How many marks did you score in your degree?
Sir, 65%, sir.
Very good. Why did you score so low percentage?
Sir, due to mathematics.
Oh, doesn't matter. Continue. Now read payment banks.
Payment banks. Objective. Payment banks objective provide small savings accounts and payments or remittance services to migrant labor workforce and low-income households. Eligible promoters. Eligible promoters, individuals or professionals with necessary experience and eligibility, existing NBFCs, corporate banking correspondents, mobile companies, supermarket chains, real estate cooperatives, and cooperative entities. Scope of activities.
No, corporate entities.
Corporate entities.
Yeah.
Scope of activities. Accept deposits, but customer balance should not exceed ₹1 lakh. Cannot give loans. Can issue ATM.
Sorry. Here it should be changed as 2 lakhs.
Okay,
It
sir.
should be changed as 2 lakhs. Now it has been revised. 2 lakhs. Now it is revised to 2 lakhs. Continue.
Cannot give loans, can issue ATM or debit card, but no credit cards. Can distribute non-risk simple financial products such as mutual funds and insurance products.
Oh, like a bank, they can do all that. Then NRIs will not be allowed.
Not be allowed to open accounts.
Acha, where? In almost all these things. Huh? Acha. Oh. Good. Capital requirement and promoters contribution. Please read.
Capital requirement and promoters contribution. Minimum paid up equity capital of rupees 100 crore.
No, 1 minute. Here, small, it was common for both earlier, but now changed. Now for small finance banks, 200 crore and payment banks, 100 crore. Please remember that. Continue. Minimum capital.
Minimum
Now
paid
you
up.
may we will read like this. Minimum paid up capital of rupees 200 crore for small finance banks and 100 crore for payment banks. Initially 40% to be gradually brought down to 26% within 12 years from the date of commencement. That is promoter contribution. One who is starting the small finance bank, initially he can have 40% capital, but slowly he should bring down to 26% within 12 years from the date of commencement. Now continue, Vishwas. You are reading very well. Continue.
Thank you, sir. ATM in India. An automated teller machine enables customers to perform financial transactions such as cash withdrawals, deposits, transfer funds, or obtaining account information at any time and without the need for direct interaction with bank staff. National Financial Switch, that is NFS, is the largest network of shared ATMs in India. It was designed, developed, and deployed by the Institute for Development and Research in Banking Technology, IDRBT, in 2004. Now it is run by NPCI. Types of ATM in India. On-site ATM. These are the ATMs which are operated or located inside the bank premises. Off-site ATM. These are the ATMs which are located outside the bank premises, such as shopping malls, residential societies, etc. White label ATM. These are the ATMs which are owned by non-bank entities. There is no bank logo. RBI has given licensed or permission to non-bank entities to open such ATM. Any non-bank entity with minimum net worth of rupees 100 crore can apply for white label ATM. Tata Communications Payment Solution Limited, TCPSL, launched IndiCash, India's first ever white label ATM network. Green label ATM. These are the ATMs which are installed mainly for transactions related to agriculture. Orange label ATM. These are the ATMs which are installed mainly for shares transactions. Yellow labeled ATM. These are the ATMs which are installed mainly for e-commerce transactions. Pink label ATM. These are the ATMs which are installed mainly for women banking. Brown label ATM. These are the ATMs which are outsources the ATM operations to a third party. The private company owns and operates ATM machine. The bank which have outsourced this work provide cash for the ATM. They have logo of the bank.
Micro ATM.
Micro ATM. So you need to.
Yeah, I have scrolled it.
Micro ATMs are card swipe machines through which banks can remotely. So micro ATMs are swipe machines through which banks can remotely connect to their core banking system. This machine comes with a fingerprint scanner attached to it. These are used to disburse cash in remote locations where bank branches cannot reach. Micro ATMs are similar to point of sale POS terminals and are a doorstep mobile banking arrangement come mobile ATM service.
Very good. Wait. So this is very, you should know about micro ATMs. This question is asked quite often in interviews. What is brown label ATM? What is white label ATMs? Please go through it once again later on and try to remember about that. Very good, Vishwas. You studied very well. Good.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
You-
sir, one
you-
doubt, sir.
Yeah, who is speaking? NSP.
NSP, sir. Sir,
N-
sir,
NSP.
how to download this guideline PDF, sir?
This is there in your, I have given the link to you, material.
In the drive only it is there, sir.
Yeah, very much it is there in the drive. In the drive, when you go, you will have like this so many files. In that file, there are 2 files of guidely. This is the second file. Understand?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 1 minute. I have to make it big. I have to make it big. How to make it bigger? Bandwidth. See, we are reading this for so many days. So I think 4th or 5th day we are reading it. We are only in 17 or 18 page. Yeah. 17. We were in 17 or 18. 19. Yeah. So please, these are, and also micro ATMs you must know. You must know about micro ATMs are carried by the banking correspondents to the houses of the people. Very good. Now we will go to NSP. NSP, please study. NSP, priority
From where, sir?
sector lending.
From priority sector
lending.
lending. Priority
This is
sector
very,
lending refers
this is also important portion. Please follow carefully. Please read.
Priority sector refers to the provision of loans or say specific portion of bank lending to a few specific sectors of economy recognized as priority sectors by RBI, like agriculture and allied activities, micro and small enterprises, poor people for housing, students for education, and other low income groups and weaker sections. Priority sector lending will be monitored on a quarterly as well as annual basis. The target and sub-targets for banks under priority sectors. In the revised PSL guidelines, the Reserve Bank of India has included some fresh categories eligible for finance under priority sector. These include loans farmers for installation of solar power plants, loans for established of compressed biogas plants, and bank finance to startups of up to rupees 50 crore.
Very good.
Total priority sector. Domestic scheduled commercial and foreign banks with 20 branches and above 40% of the adjusted net bank credit or credit equivalent amount of off balance sheet exposure, whichever is higher.
Wait.
Second,
Wait. Because that day one candidate asked about what is adjusted net bank credit. Adjusted net bank credit affairs cloud. That is a good material. Yeah. This is, are you seeing on the screen now? Are you seeing now NPS? Are you seeing NSP?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Acha, 1 minute. Now, please read this adjusted net bank credit. I think it was asked by Kirtana or which person, I don't know. Kirtana, did you ask adjusted net bank credit? Was it Kirtana? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Please read. Technical
Okay,
definition.
Definition of adjusted net bank credit. It is the net bank credit plus investment made by banks in non-SLR bonds held to maturity category or credit equivalent amount of balance sheet exposure, whichever is higher.
In simple terms,
A and B. A and BC is the net banking credit after taking into account bill discounting, non-SLR securities, and other exemption via long-term bonds.
Hmm.
Now,
Now-
what is net bank credit and what is non-SLR bonds? This will be discussed later below.
First, let us see.
Sir, what is non-SLR bonds?
SLR bonds means statutory liquidity ratio bonds. In order to fulfill that criteria, banks invest in those bonds, SLR bonds.
Non-SLR bonds?
Non-SLR bonds means that which is not necessarily to be included. Anyhow, let us see that. Good question you have asked. SLR bonds. SLR bonds. India SLR bonds. NSP statutory liquidity.
Statutory liquidity ratio, popularly called SLR, is the minimum percentage of deposits that the commercial banks maintain through gold, cash, and other securities. However, these deposits are maintained by the banks themselves and not with the RBI or Reserve Bank of India.
What is SLR bond? Read.
Is the government term for the reserve requirement that commercial banks are required to maintain in the form of cash, gold, reserve, government bonds, and other Reserve Bank of India approved securities before providing credit to the customer. That only given, sir.
Yes, bonds a part of SLR.
CRR includes cash reserves only, but SLR includes liquid assets such as gold, bonds, and securities as well. No interest is earned on the funds reserved as CRR, but banks earn on SLR. Sir, is that one?
Continue.
No,
Continue. Does bank get interest?
No, prior to this, that one sentence was there, sir. I wanted to ask about that.
What is that?
No interest is earned on the funds reserved as SLR. Here only.
No. SLR or CRR?
Is bonds a part of SLR in that CRR about CRR, sir?
CRR. See, banks keep money with the Reserve Bank of India in their current account as balance.
They will not earn money.
Now they will not get any interest from Reserve Bank of India for this money.
Okay.
That is the thing. But they have to maintain 4.5% of their net demand and time liabilities. Can SLR
what is that, sir? Net demand and time liability means, sir?
Net demand and time liabilities means that is demand deposit means current account, savings account. Time liabilities means fixed deposits, recurring deposits.
Okay.
So this much we'll do here. Otherwise, we'll be going on reading so many other things. Now, where are we? We are here. Yeah. Continue with this. We were in adjusted net bank credit. Sorry. Adjusted net bank credit. Please, this is the definition. Bank credit in India, that is number one. Then bills rediscounted with RBI and other approved financial institution by the bank. That is number two. Net bank credit is 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2. That means whatever bank has given credit minus bills rediscounted with RBI. That is equal to, that will be number 2. So the balance is net bank credit. Net bank credit is advances made by banks minus bills rediscounted with the RBI and other institutions. Then number 4 is investment in non-SLR categories under hold to maturity category plus other investments eligible to be treated as priority sector. That is number 4. Adjusted net bank credit is 3 plus 4. That is whatever net bank credit we have got plus investment in non-SLR categories plus other investments eligible to be treated as priority sector. but it is very difficult to remember, but can't help it. You have to remember this. There is no other go. I request you to go. I am giving the link of this one in our group. What is our group? 2022. I am giving it there. Please go through that. That will help you know, because a lot of things are given here. What is bank credit? What is bills rediscounted? What is net bank credit? What is investment in non-SLR categories? What is adjusted net bank credit? Like this, so many things are given. Please go through this once again at home. Okay. Now we will go through this one. Now, where are we now? Point number 1. Continue. Domestic scheduled commercial.
Domestic scheduled commercial and foreign banks with 20 branches and above, 40% of the adjusted net bank credit or credit equivalent amount of off-balance sheet exposure, whichever is higher. Second, foreign banks with less than 20 branches, 40% of the ANBC or CEOBE, whichever is higher. Out of which up to 32% can be in the form of lending to exports and not less than 8%.
But one thing, based on my 3 or 4 years experience in interview, never they ask such difficult expressions. They simply ask what is priority sector, what are the sectors covered under priority sector. Sometimes they will ask housing loan, what is the maximum, and then education loan, what is the maximum, something like that they will ask. However, just read it and remember in your mind. Continue.
Okay, sir. Agriculture, sir, now?
Now, yeah, agriculture. Yeah.
18% of ANBC or credit equivalent amount of off-balance sheet exposure, whichever is higher. The activities covered under agriculture are classified under 3 subcategories, with farm credit, agriculture infrastructure, and ancillary activities.
Yeah.
Micro, small, and medium.
Ancillary means say that is sheep rearing, then poultry and other activities. Micro, small. Continue.
Sir, my Bluetooth charge done, sir.
Pardon? Oh,
my Bluetooth charged over, sir. Can you request anyone?
You are somebody else to read. No problem. Arun Sundaresan. Yeah, no problem. Arun Sundaresan, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm.
Please read. Micro, small, and medium enterprises.
Sir, micro, small, and medium enterprises. Union Cabinet has approved the revised new definition of MSME. The MSMEs have been redefined on the basis of investment limit and turnover size. In order to redefine the MSME, government has taken following measures: increased the investment limit, introduced the additional criteria of turnover, eliminated difference between manufacturing and service sector. Amendments to law will be made.
Micro enterprises,
7.5% of ANBC or credit equivalent amount of balance sheet exposure, whichever is higher. The manufacturing enterprises are defined in terms of investment in plants and machineries under MSMED Act 2006. Micro investment up to 1 crore, turnover below 5 crore. Small investment up to 10 crore, turnover below 50 crore. Medium investment up to 50 crore, turnover below 250 crore.
Okay, continue. Export credit.
32% of ANBC for foreign banks with less than 20 branches in India. Education. Loans to individuals for educational purposes, including vocational courses, up to rupees 10 lakh for studies in India and rupees 20 lakh for studies abroad.
I think now this condition is removed. Even in local domestic, we can give up to 20 lakhs, and it is covered under priority sector, housing, Read.
Housing loans to individuals up to 35 lakh in metropolitan centers with a population of 10 lakh and above, and loans up to 25 lakh in other centers for purchase, construction of a dwelling unit per family are eligible to be considered as priority sector, provided the overall cost of the dwelling unit in the metropolitan centers and at other centers does not exceed rupees 4.5 million and rupees 3 million respectively. Housing loans to banks own employees are not eligible for classification under priority sector. Social
Continue.
infrastructure.
No.
Bank
Here,
loan.
housing loan, how we can remember briefly. Urban metropolitan 35 lakhs.
35 lakhs.
In other centers 25 lakhs. This
25
much
lakhs.
you remember, that will do. Continue. Social
infrastructure. Bank loans up to a limit of 5 crore per borrower for building social infrastructure for activities, namely school, health care facilities, drinking water facilities, and sanitation facilities, including loans for construction, refurbishment of toilets, and improvement in water facilities in the household. In Tier 2 to Tier 6 centers are eligible for classification under priority sector.
Okay.
Renewable energy. Bank loans up to a limit of rupees 30 crore to borrowers for purpose like solar-based power generation, biomass-based power generators, windmills, micro-hydro power plants, and for non-conventional energy-based public utilities, visa street lighting systems, and remote village electrification are eligible to be classified under priority sector loan. Under renewable energy for individual households, the loan limit is rupees 1 million per borrower.
1 million means 10 lakhs.
10 lakhs.
Yeah.
Others. Advances to weaker sections. 12% of A and BC or credit equivalent amount of off-balance sheet exposure, whichever is higher.
Okay. Continue.
Financial inclusion.
Very important topic. Very important topic. Priority sector, then this financial inclusion. Continue.
Financial inclusion. Basic savings bank deposit account, BSBDA. Banks were advised in November 2005 to make available a basic banking no-frill account with either with nil or very low minimum balance, as well as charges that would make such accounts accessible to vast section of population.
Okay.
But it has been decided to modify the guidelines on opening of basic banking no-frill accounts. On financial inclusion, banks are advised to offer a basic saving bank deposit account, which will offer following minimum common facilities to all their customers. BSBDA shall not have the requirement of any minimum balance. There will be no limit on the number of deposits that can be made in a month. Account holders will be allowed a maximum of 4 withdrawals in a month, including ATM withdrawals. BSBDA is applicable to all scheduled commercial banks in India, including foreign banks having branches in India.
Very good. Thank you. Now, who would like to read next? Please raise your hand. Anybody willing to read? Anybody willing to read? Raise your hand. Yeah. Vishwas over. After Vishwas, who is willing to read? Anybody else? Arun Sundaresan over. Very good. Come on. Umsa is willing to read. Please raise your hand, boys. Nobody is willing. Oh, I will ask Surya Nayak. Are you there? Surya Nayak.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please read from Lead Bank Scheme.
Lead Bank Scheme. LBS was launched by the RBI in 1969 for providing adequate banking and credit in rural areas through an area approach, with one bank assigned for one area. The LBS was introduced based on the recommendation of Gadgil Study
Group and Bankers Committee, Narasimhan Committee. Hello. I think his internet has gone probably. Yeah. Where is our Lingala Mahalakshmi? Lingala Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi. Pradeep raised hand. Pradeep, please read. Under LBS. Pradeep, read. Under LBS.
District
Lead
across
bank
the
scheme. Please read, Pradeep.
Under LBS, every district across the country would be assigned to a commercial bank. The bank should have major presence in that district to do the work of the lead bank. The lead bank makes survey and makes loan facility to various sectors.
Continue. Pradhan Mantri.
Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is a national mission on financial inclusion encompassing an integrated approach to bring about comprehensive financial inclusion of all the households in the country. Objective of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is to ensure access to various financial services like availability of basic saving bank account, access to need-based credit, remittances facility, insurances and pension to the excluded sections, that is weaker section and low income groups. In addition, the beneficiaries would get RuPay debit having inbuilt accident insurance cover of 2 lakh and overdraft facility of rupees 10,000. Business or banking correspondents. RBI has introduced a regulation in 2006 allowing banks to provide service at people's doorstep through the use of third-party services because lack of access to basic financial services is a major challenge. This model is referred to business or banking correspondents. The products provided by banking correspondents are small saving accounts, fixed deposit and recurring deposits with low minimum deposits, remittance to any banking correspondent customer, microcredit and general insurance. Use of technology along with banking correspondents helps bank to cover large unbanked sectors as banks can use mobile and micro ATM along with banking correspondent to deliver low cost banking solutions to unbanked customers.
But this is what is the important thing. From RRB angle, these questions are important. Who is a banking correspondent? What are the functions of banking correspondents? What is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana? What is lead bank scheme? What is BSBDA? Likewise, what is priority sector questions? Likewise, they can be asked. It's very important portion. Please read once again in your home. Once again, today or tomorrow, you please go through that. Now, who was reading it, Mr.
Pradeep.
Pradeep. Pradeep, continue. Rise risks in banking sector.
There are mainly 8 types of risks that a bank can face. These are as follows. Credit risk. The lender may lose the principal of loan or the interest associated with
spelling mistake. Principal, PRINCIPAL, principal.
Principal of the loan or interest associated with it due to the borrowers fail to repay it.
Good. Continue. It defines.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So I think that principal is correct spelling of what it means. Principal means that college.
True, but in the case of bank amount and all, it will come as principal only. Let us check it up. Because I know that principal amount. You see, you saw this principal amount. Okay. What is the difference between principal and principal? Principal is a noun. It can be described as a rule of idea or relation to behavior or how something works. Principal on the other hand, can be either used as a noun or as an adjective. So it is correct. Investment and all, this is the only thing called principal. Principal. Okay, could you follow? It is a, I have been seeing it for quite so many years, and so there is nothing wrong in that. Principal, dictionary meaning. Principal means most important, consequential, or influential, relating to, constituting principal. Then the person who has controlling authority, it's a matter of primary importance. Capital, earning interest. You see,
Yes,
could you
sir. Yes, sir.
follow? Yeah,
Yes.
doesn't matter. Doesn't
Thank you,
matter.
sir.
Yeah, no problem. Where are we now? We are here. Now, credit risk. Okay, continue. It defines the credit risk. Quick.
Sir, you have to move.
Still move. Market risk. No, this is correct only. It defines
It
that credit risk.
The credit risk as the potential that a bank borrower or country party will fail to meet its payment obligations regarding the term agreed with the bank. Market risk. Risk arises due to the factors affecting the overall performance of the financial market. These are four components of market risk. Interest risk loses due to the movements in interest rate. Equity risk loses due to the changes in stock prices. Commodity risk
on account of stock market. Yeah.
Commodity risk loses due to the change in commodity prices. Foreign exchange risk loss due to change in the value of the bank's assets or liabilities. Operational risk, the risk of loss resulting from inadequate or failed internal processes, people and systems, or external events. There are three main causes of this risk: human intervention and error, failure of the IT or internal software and system, failure of internal processes to transmit data and information accurately.
1 minute. What is this? Operational risk. Okay. Liquidity risk.
The risk of bank not being.
Okay. Please switch off your mic. I will read out because there is some noise going on. Liquidity risk. The risk of a bank not being able to finance its day-to-day operations. The inability of a bank to provide cash. Business risk. Business risk is the risk of an organization to have lower than foreseen benefits or experience a misfortune instead of taking a benefit. A reputational risk implies the public loss of confidence in the bank due to negative perception or image that could be created with or without any evidence of wrongdoing by the bank. A reputational value is often measured in terms of brand value. Reputational risk could stem from the inability of the bank to honor government or regulatory commitments, non-observance of the code of conduct, mismanagement or manipulation of customer records, ineffective customer service. Systemic risk. Systemic risk is the ups and downs of returns caused by macroeconomic factors that affect all risky assets. It consists of day-to-day fluctuations in the stock price. Next is moral hazard. Moral hazard is a situation in which one party gets involved in a risky event, not knowing that it is protected against the risk and the other party will incur the cost. It arises when both the parties have incomplete information about each other. This is page number 24. So thank you so much. Thanks for coming on Diwali day also. Thank you so much, boys. How many of you are there today? Yeah. How many of you are there? Only 13. Very good. No problem. That's why I posted it online so that it goes online. So no problem. Best wishes. Thank you. We will meet tomorrow 8 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Same
Thank you,
ID.
sir.
And don't depend on our reading only here. You do extensive reading by yourself. Okay. Also go through newspapers regularly. And I think you people are aware of the current affairs snippets. Are you aware of it or not? Anybody not knowing it? Tell me. Current affairs snippets. If you come to our group, I would have provided current affairs snippets. So you can download that and read. And that one day when I give that current affairs snippets, that is sufficient. Where is it? I'm just seeing, where is it? Current affairs. I will provide it again, once again today in our this thing. 1 minute. I will give you current affairs snippets. I will give you because I have to go to my Gmail. I have to go here. I have to go to documents, and under documents, I have to go for this current affairs snippets, October 2022. And this share I am taking, this share I am giving you copy link, Telegram page. All of you are in Telegram page. I'll show you that page. Now 1 minute voice, hold on. So this is that one I am referring to. I have just now posted in our Telegram this link. If you click that, you will go into this page, current affairs snippets from 1st October 2022. Up to yesterday, I have posted here. Up to 23rd or so, I have posted. I think the last one, what is the last one? 1 minute. Yeah, last one is I have posted 22. Okay, no problem. Up to that, it has been posted. What is today? 24th. Yesterday, why I forgot to post? I'll post it. Don't worry. Thank you. Oh, yesterday I have not prepared snippets. Today only I will do it. Thank you so much. Best wishes. This is for, I will stop this one. Any questions at this stage? Anybody? And
Sir, I have-
regarding scheduled caste, anybody scheduled caste, scheduled tribe is here? No, because I have offered free interview for you. Any scheduled caste, scheduled tribe candidates who are willing to test their ability, you can opt for a day. You please send a WhatsApp message to me. I will fix up date and get it done for you for mock interview. Very good. Anybody else, please?
Sir,
After that also you can attend classes. No problem. Yeah.
sir, Vishwa, sir.
Yeah, Biswas.
Sir, my father works in bank, sir.
Which bank?
So, Bank of Baroda, sir.
They will ask questions regarding that bank also.
What else should I prepare from that bank, sir?
They will ask, what is your father? What work is he doing? Which branch is he working? What are the places he has worked so far? Did you
Yes, sir.
ask him what is the nature of work he has to do? What is the business that is there in his branch? More likewise questions they will ask. If they want, very rarely they can ask. I mean, this is a regular question. Bank of Baroda chairman, who is the Bank of Baroda chairman? How many branches are there? Simply that's not more.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And another thing they can ask is, what is the difference between Bank of Baroda and RRB? What is the name of RRB sponsored by Bank of Baroda?
Okay, sir.
This type of questions you can. Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you, sir.
meet tomorrow 8 o'clock. Nandri. Vanakkam. Bye bye.